What's up, guys? I'm Nick the intern,
And I'm Ludwin, the employee.
and we're here to present you our latest drop, I believe the final drop,
It should be.
of Portuguese Flannel.
Yeah.
No man walks alone, so come on over here. Let's take a look. Why don't we? First up, we've got a classic that I believe you've seen before, and maybe a couple other colors. This is going to be our Roca shirt
Yes.
in our new black and gray kind of like check colorway.
Yeah. The Roca, it's kind of like their like micro buffalo plaid situation. We've had it in a little bit more like contrasty colors, but this is like a little more moody,
A little
You're
more
showing
tonal.
dark academia.
Dark,
type vibe.
dark academia stuff.
So that could be kind of what you're going for, but the details on this are all classic Portuguese flannel, as will be the same for the next couple that we have coming up. It's just their classic button-down collar, kind of like a slimmer fit in the body. So we usually recommend to size up to try and get like a more regular fit, but you can take your true size if you do want something that is, their style, which is pretty close to the body fit. Yeah, so that's what we've got. Nice Roca. The next up is one that it wasn't up for early access. It wasn't up for the main drop, but hopefully later on this weekend you'll see it. It is the Alpi, I believe.
I believe it is the LP.
There we go. It's another one of their flannels. Just done a little bit more fun of a plaid. I feel like we have a lot more like tonal plaids, maybe like a little bit more simple where it's like two colors playing with each other. But this one, you got a little bit of a party going on.
Yeah, this is definitely a really cozy one. What I appreciate about this one is it's really like pretty washed out. I feel like it's kind of got that lived-in feel. I feel like if it was, very what's the
vibrant?
word? Vibrant. I can't remember.
Saturated. Punchy.
Saturated.
There
I
you
feel like
go.
if it was very saturated, it would be a little Christmassy.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
But yeah, the nice wash that they put on it, makes it look great.
Yeah, instead of having just like a bright, like a forest green and like red, you kind of get this like dark mauve color with this like, like washed out, I don't know what kind of green you want to call that, like broccoli
Pine.
green. Pine, super good. Yeah, so that's really nice. The next up are two styles we've had from previous seasons, but it's in that same shape. The Bonfim, which is, classic black watch plaid tartan situation, done in the classic, color getup. We did have, you saw mother of pearl buttons on other ones that are maybe a bit more tonal. They did kind of like a rusty smoke color on this, whereas this one is just the classic like dark charcoal smoke. But this one, they hit it with the good old classics, the nice white mother of pearl, complementing just like a usual take on the Black Watch shirt. This is one that we've had, I want to say, every fall, winter for the past like decade. And it's for good reason. It's one of the easiest shirts to wear if you want to get some nice colors going on. Yeah. And then the next up is the Lobo. This is one that, like a pretty hefty corduroy. We did used to stock this in like a variety of colors, but this is kind of like the King of the Hill, the last one that made it through the gauntlet. It is like the last remaining Lobo in a nice deep pine green that's really sweet. Lobo means wolf, so that's kind of cool. Something to think about. Something,
It's also a DC Comics character.
that I imagine probably has like wolf-like powers, maybe. Who knows? Not me. There's no way that I could know this. So Portuguese flannel is Portuguese, and I can only imagine Lobo's probably wolf also in Portugal, right? Who knows?
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know the translation of Lobo. Excited, we're dying to know. And that's it for the standard Portuguese flannel shirts. This next up bunch are going to be new styles for both them and us, because we saw them. We're like, we need to introduce this to the gang. So the first up we have is a popover style. So compared to their usual button down, which I guess is probably easiest to see here, the main detail is that it's a popover. So so the buttons don't go all the way down. They end at the navel, or I guess at your chest, and they still have the single pocket. But otherwise, most of the details are about the same. Yeah, fit.
I would say at first glance about the same, but if you actually put them side by side, you can see. This guy's got a nice square hem on the bottom. It's got that nice polo split hem.
Yeah.
Kind of more for an untucked look. I'm not sure if these are the same size, but the popovers are going to be cut a little bit shorter in the body. So yeah, they're intentionally meant to be like untucked, I would say.
Yeah.
And different fabric composition as well on these guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we get different fabrics going on in across a lot of flannels. But what's going on with this guy specifically?
So this guy's going to be a 50-50 kind of a polycotton blend. So if you flip it to the inside, it's got kind of a fleecy interior and a fleecy fill. It's really, really comfortable.
Yeah.
Ridiculously comfortable,
Yeah, this
actually.
it's notably more plush than a lot of the other 100% cotton flannels that we have. So I guess, yeah, that lends itself to being something you pop over rather than just wear on skin, something you're going to put on a tee, a tank underneath, something like that. But yeah.
It's an advanced Snuggie.
Of course, yeah. I would say, though, even though we already do mention sizing up in these guys, I think that goes doubly so for these just because it's a woven popover. So putting that on and especially taking it off, if it is something that's fitting close to the skin, it's going to be a challenge. So just for the sake of your time and effort, you definitely size up. It's going to look good and it's going to be easier to wear. But yeah, so that's this color. I really enjoy it. This was one that I think was my personal favorite. It's kind of just like that beige base with like mauve and pink checks going through, tonal, but in a fun way. And then the other popover is called the Curtis.
Absolutely.
Curtis. Yes, yeah. That's the name of the giant mouse in Rampage. So that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like a Prince of Wales check situation with a very fine red overcheck atop like a nice tonal green on green houndstooth situation. So yeah, really sweet. So just two colors. One just a little bit more earthy. One a little more fun, a little poppy. It's nice.
City versus country, you could say.
You could say that. You could. And they're not exactly like versus, like against each other. They're holding hands.
They're compliments.
The city and the country. They're holding hands. Yeah. Next up we've got a new shape. It's going to be this, like the open collar, camp collar situation done in a long sleeve. I feel like for Portuguese Flannel, camp collar from them through every spring, summer for the past like decade with us. But now we've got it in the fall, winter as well. Because I think this shape just looks really nice in the fall, winter, especially with a long sleeve. And this fabric is also pretty stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I've never seen anything like it before, but
Yeah.
it's a 95 cotton, 5% nettle,
Oh, okay.
which I have never seen nettle in a fabric composition before.
I don't know if it goes by another name, but that's just a plant fiber, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ended up looking it up. I guess it's kind of like a heavier alternative to linen, more suited to like maybe fall, winter. But yeah, it gives it like a crazy, like super nice hand feel,
Yeah.
and it feels super sturdy.
Really smooth, but also, yeah, sturdy, strong. It feels like you would, yeah. I feel like some flannels can feel delicate. It feels like you'll wear a hole through them, you put your elbows down. This feels like something you could just really...
Yeah, you could lean against the concrete wall without like feeling like you're gonna tear a hole.
Yeah,
in
it feels like as you wear it, maybe the plushness will settle down just a bit, and it'll just take on a really nice feel. Yeah, the colors are great. Kind of like this washed, almost like apricot with grays. And then the buttons also kind of complementing that, slightly tonal, but not. But yeah, I guess the main feature is that you do get these two flapped chest pockets compared to like our other button downs, which is pretty sweet.
very 50s.
Yeah, how's it fit on this guy?
This guy's gonna fit maybe slightly more relaxed than your regular Portuguese flannel button down. So I'd say this one's more, if that's a slim, this is gonna be more of a true to size fit.
Okay, there you go. So take your usual letter size, and you're gonna be happy with it. It's gonna be good. Next up are going to be two shirts that are proper over shirts. So things that are already cut with that in mind. They're going to be more relaxed. But that said, the fabrics are going to be, maybe a little less conducive to just wearing on skin. You're going to want to wear something underneath. But they do kind of remedy that by putting some lining on the cuffs. So, your cuffs aren't getting irritated, but they are unlined throughout the length of it. So maybe get a nice like thermal underneath, get a nice, maybe a Henley. I think a long sleeve Henley in the fall, winter. It's a nice, like,
That's
kind of
nice.
old-timey look, but it looks good. I
like it. I like it.
But yeah, this one's called the Type. It's just like this big old herringbone with a multicolor overcheck. It's pretty striking. I don't know. I like it a lot. It looks like easy to wear, but you're also getting some fun colors. You could probably accent those colors with like accessories. I could see if you have like, I don't know, a little like a red beaded bracelet or like earrings, a necklace, something to just bring out the different colors. Could be nice. Or if you have like, I was gonna say red eyes. Nobody has red eyes. Maybe, like I was thinking, green eyes would like really pop if there was like a green overcheck, but there's not. But it's like a primary color, red, yellow.
If you have a Sharingan eye.
Yeah, Sharingan would actually go really crazy here. So for cosplays, this is like a good like over layer. But yeah, cut relax, take your true size, and it's gonna be exactly like you'd want it to fit. This one's cool, but the details are the same as kind of the other ones where it has that box pleat on the back along with just standard single pocket, button front. Next up is a collaboration. We don't get many of these from Portuguese Flannel, but you know they're spreading the love of Portugal in this one. It's a collab between themselves and La Paz, which is what is like a kind of like a nautical vibey.
You took the words right out of my
Oh.
mouth. I was gonna say, yeah, it's like a nautical inspired brand, yeah, out of
Okay.
Porto.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Comments. But yeah, this
Yeah.
is I'd say it's your classic Portuguese flannel kind of, I don't know, build, but with that kind of La Paz like Atlantic kind of touch on the color choice for the fabric.
And even the finishing, these buttons kind of also feel like maybe a little bit more rustic than what Portuguese Flannel would usually select for themselves. They kind of go for something a little bit more cleaned up, but this feels like it could be like, I don't know, like parts of like a ship. I don't know, kind of like steering wheel.
Driftwood.
Kind of yeah. Oh, yeah.
Driftwood.
But I think that the pattern here is what's really what drew us in. I mean, it was neat to have the La Paz storyline in the back, but I just think that the colors, like if you have ever known Greg for maybe more than a week, you've seen him wear a shirt, one of his many shirts that looks something like this. And they look great, though. I think it's got to be one of his most complimented things. You know, Greg, put in the comments, let us know if this is like one of the really like popular ones for you. But yeah, I think that it's really great. This is one I was very quickly on board with. It can be kind of festive, I guess, because you are getting some red hues with the green, but it's certainly like not reading that way. I think when you see it, it just feels kind of just like a classic, really pretty fall motif. The hand is extremely plush. I'd say it's probably the most plush of the ones we have lined up here. It's like a proper like fleecy shirt. The
Fleecy wool.
Fleecy wool. Yeah. The fit is about the same. I think the measurements actually line up just about exactly the same. So they're both meant to be those overshirt styles. And that's what we got from Portuguese Flannel. We do have a lot of other things dropping today, so please keep your eye on that. But otherwise, take care. Stay tuned. Have a good one.